We're back, people, and today we're picking up film on Chase Claypool, the newest Miami Dolphins wide receiver. They just traded for him. Now, I don't have the highest expectations for this trade. I wasn't a huge fan of him coming out of the draft, or if like him just in general in the NFL from what I've seen overall. And I thought the Bears were crazy when they traded like that high second round pick for him personally. But Dolphins didn't trade much, so it's a low risk, high reward movie. They only gave up a 6th, but then got back a 7th in the 2025 draft. So I'm not too mad about it overall. I was just a little disappointed that I had to go and dig out his film to watch it. But there's definitely some stuff to work with, and I can understand why. Like, he has some inside outside versatility. A lot of his best work came out of the slot and in Pittsburgh, like for the Steelers, and he has a lot of speed and size. Like, he can really be a clear out guy. Dolphins like to rotate the receivers, and they have one guy run out as like a clear out option. Claypool has the speed to be actually that might be where he's at his best, just clearing things out down the field. He understands at least where he's supposed to be in those areas. If he can just understand the timing of the Dolphins offense, then he could be fine. There's some of the off field stuff, maybe he needs some maturity because he didn't fit with this Bears team. And he didn't, play in that first game. He played with pretty low effort. You'll see him in this other games. He played with much better effort, which is nice to see. There's definitely things you can work with. He maybe could be the Ezukanma replacement because he's a big athlete, has experience with the ball in his hands, making some plays off the catch. I'll go over some Bears film and Steelers film. Here, on the outside, just basically matched up one-on-one, trying to get on his vertical plane, looking for a back shoulder, sees Field escaping the pocket. Should probably get called for pass interference here, but nice to see him at least using his size and physicality in the route stem to create some separation, get back, and then show some situational field awareness to make a catch near the sideline. I would think for a guy of his size, he would be a little bit better at the catch point, winning in contested areas, but he doesn't. I just don't see him as a great outside option. In the slot is where he's definitely had his most success in the NFL. Now I can see him work vertically on the outside here. This ends up being incompleted because he doesn't finish at the catch point. But you can see him pull away with the speed. His speed vertically is very nice. Ball's a little underthrown, but it would be nice to see him just finish, make this thing at the catch point because he has the upside, the athletic ability. He's a much better athlete than he is a football player, in my opinion. I just don't think he uses all of his talents to his maximum potential. But hey, if there's anyone that could unlock him, I think it could be Mike McDaniel. Could have a better release there, but he's pretty fluid in his routes sometimes when he really actually gives full effort. But you just got to come down and finish at the catch point here. You actually put yourself in a decent position. You time it, lets it get into his chest, which is a problem, but then the ball just pops out. These things would like to see him work on, but those are, going to be a part of his game. Wouldn't have the highest expectations if I was a Dolphins fan, but hey, they didn't give up much, so I'm not, worried about this trade at all. I feel like this play kind of helps you see the potential in the Dolphins offense, lining up down the slot, get vertically down the field, especially over the middle, deep vertically, and that's where you could see him as a clear out option, or even taking a deep shot to him in these situations. I like his work in the route stem here. Avoid the reroute from the linebacker, dip underneath, and then get back on a path to the outside, which gets this safety to open up his hips. He actually does a pretty good job here manipulating, showing some nuance. Give that slight lean to the outside, and then boom, break it back towards the middle. And if this DB didn't get him a bunch of depth, it actually would have been open. He created separation on his one-on-one matchup. So he has some potential. It's definitely there. I thought, honestly, after going back and watching this film, I did expect it to be worse from everything I had seen. And while it wasn't great, you can definitely, see that why the Dolphins watched the film and were like, okay, let's take a chance because he definitely has some tools to work with. He definitely needs to work on his release package here, just working vertically. I do like how he finishes this, but the releases, he doesn't really give you anything, which I guess is not a huge deal in the Dolphins offense because they only run 3 total releases. So if he can just learn 3, he'll be fine. But I do like how you can see the athleticism here for sure. This is more just athleticism, at least hand fighting, and then giving a little bit of a double move. It's a little bit lazy. I would like to see him be a little more sudden, but just with how athletic he is, he's still able to burst past him. And you throw that ball, he has a chance to make a big time play deep. I just don't trust him to finish at the catch point very often because I don't think his tracking skills and hands are overall that great. At least in this game, he was showing effort as a blocker. He has the size and athleticism, and if he gives his technique, it's actually not that bad. He can bully DBs out there. It's just in that first game versus the Packers, if you watch the film, and I'll show some of it, but he got a little bit, he was definitely lazy. He had to apologize to his team. He made those comments. So that's probably the biggest worry is can, he fit into the culture of the team? Hopefully he can, because he should realize this is probably his last chance and a great situation for him to get to to really, be effective. But you can see that power at the point of attack, making that DB basically run away from him. Dolphins love to have their wide receivers crack, so cracking down like this and just destroying a DB. Would like to see him, not just stop moving. Like he kind of stands over him and gets a little too cocky here, but you can just see the potential to destroy. But the play's not over, and he kind of just stands still. So, like, want to see him keep working, keep looking for work, and now he's just trying to, taunt the guy, which could get you some penalties. But you can see how he can destroy some people if he actually puts his, full effort into it. Claypool did have a touchdown in this game, working some nice switch release. He's very comfortable when he gets to work more towards the middle of the field. Love this stem. I'll show a play in the Steelers game. It's kind of similar, but he's lined up in this, in that slot roll to the bottom here, which I think he understands how to attack zone better than man. I think he can struggle with man-to-man at times. But when he gets some zone coverages, Buccaneers out here in cover 3, he does a nice job on the switch release, but then getting back out to the outside to stem this guy, he starts attacking this guy's leverage so he doesn't float to the inside, and then sticks that foot in the ground to get into this seam, because you're running cover 3. The biggest weaknesses are these seams middle of the field. And I feel like that's where he could fit into the offense, attacking the middle or being an easy type role, because he has had experience getting the ball in like jet sweeps and stuff like that. And he's a pretty good athlete. So, and then just winning, getting there, catching the ball. We'll like to see him catch with his hands, but at least making plays down the field in that seam area, which is, a place the Dolphins definitely will like to attack. We're going to check out this Broncos game from 2021. Claypool had 5 catches for 130, I believe, and a touchdown. Here we can see him down in the slot, widen this guy out, get the ball in the slant, and you can see the ability after the catch once he gets something on an in-breaker. He's very comfortable when he gets to line up as like the number 2, number 3, and then catch these balls in stride and then work after the catch. He gets to be more of an athlete. You got to, maximize his skill set, and I feel like McDaniel can do that. Now, there's a lot of things he has to work on, as I've pointed out, a lot of things off the field, some things on the field. He's a lot more detailed within his route stem too. But you can definitely see what he is capable of. You can definitely see the upside of there. You can go look at his combine. Or like just his combine measurements, all of those things. Very impressive. Catches this ball in stride. And you can also see the fluidity. His hips are very fluid for a guy of his size and his speed. And he's got, like, if he plays with his physicality and play strength, it's just sometimes he plays soft for his size. And I think it's less to do with him being soft. And I think just more lacking effort and be like, oh, I'm not going to, give it 100%. But when he plays with that full effort, he can run through tackles, make people look silly, get physical at the point of attack, and make plays like that. More in breakers. Got to be able to do this in the Dolphins offense. Just get to the inside. Guy gives you enough outside leverage. This is the type of look he'll see in the Dolphins playing cover 3. Just attack up the field in nice transition into the slant. Doesn't do anything too crazy, but then catches it with his timing. If he can get a good... basically, if you can get a good chemistry with Tua on in-breakers, you can have a role in this offense, especially with Craycraft and Ezukam out. And here's Claypool attacking the middle of the field. He gets this opening. Broncos are running cover 2 to the bottom and quarters to the top, so they get a split field look, and he's the read here down the middle. You want to attack right between the safeties, avoid the read route from the linebacker here, give a slight stem to the outside, and then break this towards the middle. Ben throwing with some anticipation here. They're on the same page. Go up, attack it. He could be better at the catch point again, but you can see the playmaking ability, that body control, going up, explosiveness. It's all there for sure. And just, he definitely feels comfortable attacking these zones down the middle of the field. Last play that we're going to break down here for Chase Claypool. Just a quick little out versus some off coverage here. He catches it. Nice anticipation after the catch. Anticipatory skills. He doesn't want to go out of bounds. This is towards the end of the game. Steelers are up, so they're trying to force them to run the ball. And this is like the smartest play I saw him make on film. Get out away from out of bounds, but also anticipation, and then get upfield, and then slide before you get there so the clock keeps running. Because he's had some trouble making some boneheaded plays in the past, like overall and even in the future. But right there, you can see that he can play with his... If he plays with his head on his shoulders, he can make some smart heads-up plays, which is nice. This is stuff that you want to see. Now, do I have the highest of hopes of him making a huge impact? No, I just wanted to show what he can bring to this team overall. And don't want to, he's still very young, so give him a chance. We'll see how it works out. If it doesn't, they didn't really give up too much. So, in the long run, it's a very low risk move. So that's why I'm not, too mad about it. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.